In the modern day now, when a woman is pregnant, is about to have a baby, she's had everything ready before her baby arrives. During the time of Mary having her child, and the place that our Savior was born, think about it. You can see Joseph walking around trying to find place for his wife or room. There was none available. We have a fancy hospital to have our children in. They have a midwife that will come and get our baby to lay on a nice bed and beautiful blanket. But who knows? Mary probably had to use maybe her scarf on her head to wrap the Savior in it. Jesus came as a poor man. So today, if you sit here and think that you don't have anything, what did your Savior have? He had everything. He left him just to be like us.
Yes.
Just to be like us. And you see the barnyard where he went, where his mother, Mary went to have this child. Imagine this father wife. This thing smell of animal poop and pee. When I sit down and think about it, I can't think but to say thank you, Lord. Because our children have the best. They don't even have to worry. Or you can see Joseph when Mary was crying and ready to have the baby Jesus. He was going around in a strange land where he doesn't know anybody because they arrived at midnight, late at night. Everywhere, everybody had somewhere to live, but nobody could volunteer their room for this woman that was pregnant about to have the Savior, which nobody knew. Our children are going to have their time. Please listen to them and cheer them up. I know it's hard, but they did a great work trying to practice and stuff. I will play from the beginning in a few seconds. Thank you.
Amen.
Imagine the stars in the sky, the countless constellations, the sprawling solar system, and among it a little planet called Earth. God made all of those things and all the people and inhabitants of our planet just over 2,000 years ago when we most needed him. God came down to be with us, to save us and to show us how life should be lived. He could have chosen anywhere to be his home. He could have built a palace for himself that would have made the grandeur of the Roman Empire seem like nothing. But he didn't. God chose to send his son to be born among the forgotten, the overlooked, and the poor. This is the story of how God came to be with us. The story opens with a young woman in her home, Mary. Unless you look a bit deeper, there is nothing particularly remarkable about Mary. She was from a town called Nazareth, and she was engaged to be married to Joseph. But to God, she was very important. So important that God sent an angel down from heaven with a message for her. But Mary found it hard to understand why the angel had come to see her. She was just an ordinary woman. She worried what the angel meant by the greeting. Seeing she was scared, the angel said,
"Don't be afraid, Mary. God is very pleased with you. You will give birth to a son who will come into you. He is the Son of the Most High.
I don't understand. I'm not yet married. I am a virgin. How can I have a son?
The Holy Spirit will come and his child will give you a baby. People call him Son of God."
I'm a servant of God. I believe in how you have said it.
when they arrived in Bethlehem, the angel told Mary that she was very special and God is with her. But Mary found it hard to understand why the angel had come see her. When they arrived in Bethlehem, they knocked on every door in town looking for a place to stay, but everywhere was full of people.
I'm so sorry, all my rooms are full, guests is around the country. All I can offer is I stay where out back where I keep all the animals.
Please help. My wife's about to have a baby. Do you have any rooms left?
I'm so sorry, all my rooms are full, guests is around the country. All I can offer is I stay where I keep them back, where I keep them back where I keep all the animals.
Thank you. We'll take it.
Thank you. At last, my son.
So Mary and Joseph went to stay in the stable. It was a very difficult place to bring a new life in the world, dirty, smelly, and unhygienic. But Mary and Joseph made the best of it. When the baby came, they wrapped little Jesus in the cloth they had. They didn't have anything to put him in, so they placed the Son of God in a manger, a trough that is used to feed animals. I'm not sure this is what Mary was expecting. The angel said Jesus would be called Son of the Most High. But as she looked at the sleeping baby in the manger, she knew that he was a precious gift. Meanwhile, in some fields nearby, a group of shepherds were keeping watch over their flocks. It was nighttime, and they were surprised, to say the least, to see an angel of the Lord appear in front of them. The glory of God shone all around the shepherds, and they were terrified. You see, these shepherds were just ordinary people going about their daily lives. They weren't considered very important. Nobody took much notice of them. So they were surprised when the angel spoke to them. Don't be afraid. I bring you news of great joy, good news for people across the world. Today in Bethlehem, a Savior has been born. You will find a baby lying in a manger. Well, if this wasn't enough for the humble shepherds to take in, the angel was soon joined by a huge group of angels called the heavenly host. They said, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and peace on earth." The angels left and went up to heaven. The shepherds wondered what they should do next. They decided that the best thing was to go to Bethlehem, as the angel said. They wanted to see what had happened, what the Lord had told them. So they hurried off to see Mary and Joseph and the baby, which they knew they would find lying in a manger. They found the stable where the young couple were, and the shepherds went in to see the baby in the manger.
What shall we do? Let's go Bethlehem. Yes, there we go see what has happened. I want to see what the Lord has told you.
They decided that the best thing was to go to Bethlehem, as the angel said. They wanted to see what had happened, what the Lord had told them. So they hurried off to seek Mary and Joseph and the baby, which they knew they would find lying in a manger. They found the stable where the young couple were, and the shepherds went in to see the baby in the manger. When they had seen him, the shepherds told everyone they met about the child. People were amazed to hear the story. Are you amazed too? The Son of the Most High, born in a stable, someone who would be called the Son of God, placed in a dirty manger, with only poor shepherds to greet him. The angel said it was good news for people across the world. And there's something about this birth that is good news, particularly for the poor people on earth, because when they see their Savior has come to dwell with them, not distant, but humbling himself, it offers hope. Hope to everyone in the world that they are accepted and can come to him, whether rich or poor, important or forgotten. Mary, who has seen it all happen, kept these things close to her heart. The shepherds went back to their flocks. But something had changed for the shepherds. They had work and family. Nothing in their lives appeared to have changed, except them. They glorified and praised God for the things they had heard and seen. They wanted to express the joy they had found and change the world around them. And what better way to celebrate the birth of Jesus? These humble shepherds had their lives transformed through an encounter with Jesus. So please welcome him into your hearts to this Christmas. Sometime later, more people came to visit, but they didn't come straight to the stable. These informed people, sometimes called kings, sometimes wise men, were magi. That's the same word we use when we say magic. And these were very clever people who knew all the secrets of the stars. But they made a mistake. They knew from examining heavens that an important event was taking place. A bright star rose in the sky, and they followed it to worship the person whose birth is foretold. They knew that the star heralded the King of the Jews. And where would a king be born? Yes, they went straight to the place, to the palace. But they didn't find him there. Then they saw the bright star ahead of them again and followed it until it stopped. The wise men saw the child and they worshiped him. Each of them brought a special gift to give to baby Jesus.
Because you are Son of God, you can believe. Go.
Because you are the Savior of the world, I praise my Lord.
Recognizing Jesus as King of Kings, the first wise men brought him gold. Frankincense was a gift from the second because he knew Jesus was the Son of God. And the third wise man brought myrrh because he believed that Jesus was the Savior of the world. Each of them gave Jesus a precious gift. And that's why we give gifts at Christmas, particularly to poor and needy people. They went home, even wiser men, realizing the precious things that were far more than money, and not always found in the richest places. They realized they should offer their wealth to Jesus, the Son of God, born into poverty, who is a friend of poor and needy people.
Anybody would like to take us a picture? Yes. This is your time.
Pictures.
This is the picture movement. Come on in. Come closer.
Get your picture.